Hello, my name is Zoe and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 digital cameras I have on hand: the Canon PowerShot, the Sony CyberShot, and an Amazon digital camera. The Canon PowerShot is from 2011, the Sony CyberShot is from 2005, and the Amazon digital camera is from 2023. We'll be taking a look at the pros and cons of each camera and what camera is good for you if you're on the market to get one. These are all the rage these days, so let's get started. Next up, we have the Canon PowerShot. This camera is 60 megapixels and came out in the year 2011. After using the camera for a while, the camera is extremely comfortable and easy to carry around. Now let's talk about pricing. I got my camera off of eBay for $130. It came with 3 SD cards and a battery. So this camera is extremely overpriced in my opinion on eBay, and it's around $90 to $130 on average. There are some wild exceptions, like you see on the right for $534 is an extreme markup that you should never ever fall for. Now, if you're buying a secondhand camera on eBay or any other website, you need to make sure that the camera is tested. If it says untested, the camera might not work and you might want to reach out to the seller. Lastly, if the seller has noted that the camera is for parts only, that means that the camera is not working and they're selling it just for the parts. Now let's take a look at the camera. When I buy a camera, I always try to buy a camera that comes with original packaging. It's not always possible, but it often signifies that the owner really took care of their camera. As you can see, this camera came with a lot of its original accessories, including a lot of SD cards and most importantly, a battery charger. The battery is located on the bottom of the camera and you pop it out and stick it in the charger. Now to talk more about the camera, here are some things I really like about it. It has a very nice feel, the size is perfect to carry around, and it has a huge screen. Now this camera is pretty much just a point and shoot, and there's not much you can change regarding contrast, brightness, and things like that. This camera does not have force flash. The only 2 settings are off and auto, which makes the flash extremely unreliable. Even in low lighting, sometimes it doesn't go off when I want it to. Here are some photos that I've taken with my Canon PowerShot. I found the best conditions to use this camera was in natural lighting, such as the sunset and the golden hour picture. If you need to rely on the flash, it is a 50-50 chance of your photo not coming out what you want it to be. Like the last photo, that flash was on auto and the lighting was dim, but it did not come on. Coming up next, we have our Sony CyberShot. This is an older camera from the year 2005. Overall, compared to the last camera, the looks have definitely changed, where it's chunkier and heavier. Now let's take a look at the price. I got my Sony CyberShot on eBay for around $49, and around $30 to $80 is what it's running for right now. It is on the lower end of some of the digital cameras you'll find out there, and I think it's well worth it. Now let's see what the camera came with. I found the accessory magazine super interesting and cool to look at to see what their design styles and choices were back in the day. Also, Sony has a manual for troubleshooting, and this battery life chart is very helpful to see what kind of battery is best for the longest lifetime. So this camera calls for 2 AA batteries located under the camera and a memory stick, and not an SD card, which is different from the previous camera. And here you can see the 2005 copyright. This also comes with some cables that you can just directly upload your images onto your computer, and you don't have to have a reader for the memory stick. Different than the last camera, and what I really like about it is that it has tons of personalization. You can turn it to manual and change your ISO, white balance, focus, saturation, anything. Another feature is that you can turn off the screen and only use the viewfinder to take pictures. This will save your battery life big time. Now let's take a look at some photos shot by the Sony CyberShot. Having force flash makes a world of a difference, and I had so much fun shooting with this camera. Last but not least, we have our Amazon digital camera that is 44 megapixels. Right off the bat, you can feel the difference in this camera and its quality. It is lighter and built with cheaper materials. So let's take a look at the price. You can find this camera on Amazon.com for $49.99. This camera is brand new and there's 4 colors to choose from. So let's take a look. In the box, it came with a little camera pouch, an extra battery, some cords to charge the camera, and a memory card adapter. The memory card adapter is for a micro SD card. Now is the perfect time to show you guys how I get my photos to my phone in less than 5 minutes using this SD card reader. It has 3 plugs for a USB, a USB-C, and by far my favorite, a lightning plug. Just open your Files app and all your photos are automatically there. I will try my best to link everything I use in this video in the description below. Now onto the Amazon camera itself. One of the biggest cons of this camera is the lack of flash. It does have a flash button, but when you click on it, it is just a dim light that shines from a little flashlight. So that just makes taking photos at night almost impossible without any extra light. Also, when you zoom in and out, the lens does not move at all like the previous cameras. It's more like just a zoom on the picture itself. Taking a look at some of the pictures shot by the Amazon camera, I am pleasantly surprised by the daytime photos. The photos gave off a bit of a film vibe, which I really loved. I would definitely recommend this camera to people who are only using it during the daytime. As you can see in the last picture, the camera with the provided flash did not pick up much and was a little bit disappointing. But overall, with the price and the fact that you're getting this camera brand new without any of the added stress of buying a used item, I think it is pretty worth the money. Thank you so much for watching my first YouTube video. I'll try and link everything I used in the description box below. Comment and subscribe.